Hey, you guys. Good morning. It's morning to me. It's quarter after 11. I was up really late last night, and sorry if this is really choppy. I have to do it from home, so I have to do it through like a YouTube video, and it's kind of a pain in the ass, but I can't go live, which sucks because I love when people are posting and I can comment, as they're commenting and stuff. But so today is I want to focus on some really key things that you've probably all heard before if you've been to your doctor, or maybe you haven't been to your doctor and you just talk to people who have the same struggles as you do. But the focus today is about, yourself, and about focusing on yourself and finding that self-awareness about what's going to make things easier for you. I love the emails that I'm getting. Honestly, some of them I just read one that put me to tears this morning. So that's why like my makeup from yesterday is like running. And it's just, to me, it's just such a great feeling because these groups are so important because you get the opportunity to just talk about them. So what I'm going to tell you is, so this is only a 2-day group, so it kind of ends today, but I want to keep it open. So you see who's in it, and if you ever want to reach out to somebody, or you want to reach out to me, or maybe something just pops in your head that's been helping you, I don't want to take that resource away from you guys. And like I have other groups that are ongoing, not for this topic, but for other topics, and they have been like a game changer for people. They've communicated, they've made some of their best friends in these groups, and I don't want to take that away. So anyway, so the first thing, me today, it's 11:15, and that's why I posted about the weather. Days like today just are like, they're so droggy, and they get me hard to get moving, especially because it's hot. I mean, in my bedroom, it's nice and cool, but I woke up and, like my son's being lazy, my dog's being lazy. So instantly I'm just like, I'm going to go work from my bed. Like, I just have no ambition. So the weather has always been like a huge like effect on me. But, like we were talking about in the group, things that we can do. So I'm like sitting here and I'm like, okay, I'm planning my day out. Like I literally have my book out and I'm writing things down that I want to do today that I know I wouldn't do on a nice day because I always want to be outside. I always want to be enjoying that nice weather. So I literally, guys, I carry a notebook with me everywhere, and not just for work purposes. I mean, I probably have like 15 full notebooks in my office just of like random thoughts and, something that works for me. If I was having a good day, I have my mirror in my bedroom. I take a Sharpie, well, yeah, like one of those like erasable markers. What are they called? I don't know. Anyways, and I write all over it. My boyfriend will write little messages to me if he knows that I was having a hard time sleeping. He knows that affects me in a big way. So he'll write little things like, have a good day, or smile, or you're beautiful, or just reminding me the stuff that I should know myself, but somebody who struggles with anxiety and depression sometimes loses sight of that. So I just want to go over some things that are really, really key. And I know some of you are going to roll your eyes, and I know you guys are going to think, well, I can't do that, but you can. And first and foremost, I'm always going to see, I know on my posts, if you guys have followed me for a long time, I'm always saying you need to learn to love yourself. Easier said than done for a couple of reasons. Some of us don't take care of ourselves and love ourselves because of the way we look or the way we feel. And we don't think that we're worthy of that love, or we don't think that we're worthy, of thinking positive thoughts about ourselves because it's so easy to just put ourselves down. Sorry, I'm drinking my coffee. Well, I'm doing this video. I'll put that down. So that's the first thing. And with that doesn't happen overnight. And there's some things that I have learned to do that have really, really, you guys see my posts, what's changed my life. And it goes back to I've always wanted to focus on my health, but I've never cared for myself enough to do it. Whether it's my mental health, my physical health, anything, I never cared enough about myself to just do it. So what I started doing is every single day I do at least 10 minutes of personal development. I know that I wrote that in there in one of the posts previously, but like literally I'm sitting here, you guys, and I have my book and it's all focused on me, on building myself up and giving me that boost. I find if I wake up in the morning, and I know some of you, if you're like working and you have like last minute, like some people just get up and go and they don't give themselves a lot of time. Try setting that alarm clock back a little bit and giving yourself 10 minutes. And literally when you open your eyes, reach over and grab your book. A book, not a book just to read on anything, something that's going to help you grow. So there's personal development for every single, every single person and every single need. So whether it's, I told you guys about You Are a Badass, that book is just like, it set me on fire. It started me with my business. It started making me feel like, I had a future, that I could do stuff no matter what my struggles are or my self-doubt or my fears were. It made me believe that I can do something for myself. So finding a book on a topic that's really kind of ignites you in the morning, lights that fire to set you up for a good day. 10 minutes, guys, even if it's audio, or even the night before, find a YouTube video of somebody who's preaching on a topic that can really relate to you, and then just wake up and have your phone ready and just press play. And it just does something to you. I'm telling you, it does something to you. I wake up, I do a lot of business stuff. So for me, I wake up and Gary Vaynerchuk I already have the video like picked out that I haven't seen, and I lie there in bed and I press play. And I just listen to him rant. I can really relate to him because he's like sassy and he's, no bullshit excuses, just get your ass up and do it. And if you want to make something of yourself, then you have to fight through all of these temptations and fight through, the way you're feeling about yourself, the doubts, the fears, and he just lights my fire. So this morning I laid there and I listened to a 20-minute video, and yes, I'm still in bed, but I have, my notes out, my book out, and I'm ready for my day, regardless of where my ass is plunked. It's like, I'm ready, I'm okay, and I may be a little tired, but I know I have shit I have to do. So that's the first thing, is personal development, I think, is key. I talk about it a lot with my coaches and business-wise because, yes, it helps build you up for your business, but this isn't about business. This is strictly about, getting your ass out of bed, getting you up and feeling like there's something within you that's worthy and you have a job to do. And that job is to be you and be unapologetically you and do what you need to do to make yourself happy. That's why we're here, and that's what we were put here for. So please try it, and please comment below in this video if you're gonna try it. If you want some advice on what books, talk to me, because I have done them all, like started reading them all. Guys, I didn't even read like a year ago. I didn't. And probably in a year, I finished at least 15 books. And not to mention the personal development I do every single day, listening to it. So that's the first thing. Meditation. I wanted to touch on this just because I've seen a couple of you bring that up. I used to think that meditation was like, sitting there and humming and, closing your eyes and having to I just kind of thought it was craziness. And I'm like, how is that going to relax me? I meditate, I won't say every day, but almost every single day. And what meditation is, and all it is completely clearing your mind of anything. So for me, I live on the water. I love the water. I love the calmness of the water. And there's not a lot of noise out there, but birds, and you can hear the water, you can hear the fish jump. So that seems to be my meditation place. All meditation is complete concentration on something other than the craziness in your mind. So it doesn't mean you need to sit in a certain position. You can lie down, you can sit up, you can sit there lunched over. It doesn't matter how your body is sitting for meditation. If somebody's telling you that you need to stay in a stiff position, they're lying, you don't. Meditation is all about the mind. So for me, I'm very much a head in hand person because I need to rest my head. I will sit there when I meditate. And the hardest part is doing it. So some people will say, oh, I meditate for 15 minutes. It is super hard to meditate for 15 minutes. I'm not going to lie. I meditate for 3 to 5 minutes a day because I have like my brain's constantly moving and I always have so much on the go and thoughts and stuff I got to get done. So what I do is, how I taught myself to meditate was with a candle. And I learned this, just from a friend of mine and found some stuff online. And the reason why is because they say staring into a flame is basically like releases any thoughts that you have. And so my focus was I lit a candle, and I think the first time I did it, I was able to make it a minute. And all I did is anytime a thought would come in, all I would think was flame. And I just stared at the candle, and every time my mind started to go, I would just say flame, flame, flame. And I would stare at the flame, and it just released everything from my brain for that 1 minute. Now I find myself that because I've done it long enough, I can go outside and I focus on the sound of the water. And I just keep telling myself, listen for the water, listen for the water, listen for the water. And I'll listen. And it's just that relaxation when you're done. And I just take a deep breath afterwards and I just smile. Meditation isn't going to work overnight. It's honestly something that you have to learn to do over time. So do some research on meditation, find what works for you. If you can do it 5 minutes a day, it is life-changing because it just takes you away. Go to a quiet place with no distractions. You don't have to close your eyes to meditate. I suggest doing it because even right now when I'm watching this video, there's a bag over there and it's swaying and it's distracting me. So distractions are there. So that's really, really important. Meditation, I think, is key. If you guys want to send me an email or a message about meditation and some things that help me and how I focus, I'm more than happy to discuss that with you guys. Now, here's the big one, guys. At the end of the day, mental health, anxiety, depression, it all boils down to health, right? And how you're feeling and how your body is feeling. And I can remember all the time going in and I was overweight. I was 210 pounds. For my size, I was severely overweight. I blamed it on everything. I was a stress eater. I would eat and I convinced myself that it was because I was stressed in my previous relationship and I was completely overweight. The doctor, like I said to you guys yesterday, it is not, stress eating is not because of your anxiety or your depression. It's because people with anxiety especially, I like to call myself kind of a control freak, right? In a good way though. I like everything to be systematic. I like everything to be laid out for me. I like to know what's going to happen because the unknown scares the shit out of me. So, with eating, it was something that I could control. And, when I felt like that I wasn't in control, I could feed myself and I could eat whatever I wanted and nobody could stop what entered my mouth because I had 100% control. It's the same with alcohol. Had 100% control whether I drank 1 glass of wine or whether I drank the whole bottle, whether I downed 6 beers or whether I downed 15. I had control and nobody could do anything about that. So, excuse me. So, stress eating and stress drinking is actually a control-based behavior. And we do it to prove to ourselves that we have control over ourselves when we're in an uncontrolled situation. Which leads to the yucky stuff. And it actually is so bad for you to overeat, undereat, whether you starve yourself. I was a big person who would starve myself. I would overeat. I would purge. Everything you can think of, I did it. And I did it because I wanted to abuse my body. I wanted to abuse myself because I was hurting. And every time I was hurting, I wanted to abuse myself. And I didn't realize that's what I was doing. That wasn't my intention. But when I look back on it now, that's exactly what I was doing. So it came down to, a couple of health scares. I've had health issues my whole life since being overweight and since poor behaviors that I had before. And now it basically came a point in time where I was at rock bottom. I hated myself so much. I hated going out in public. I owned nothing but black clothing. I was overweight. I felt gross, and I didn't care to fix myself. I went to the doctors and I talked to him about it, and he basically looked at me and said, you need to want to make this change for yourself, health-wise, before I am going to help you and give you any guidance. And I felt like he was giving up on me, and it killed me in so many aspects, but he was right. So I had to make a decision, because he had always told me that if I was healthy and if I started taking care of my body, then my anxiety, my depression, and my fears, they would go away. He's like, they'll come back, but predominantly they will go away, because you're so focused. You're focusing all that negative attention into a positive direction. So what I did is, some of you know my story. Some of you I've been talking to for months about what I did that absolutely changed my life. You guys see me talking about the changes that it's made, and you see that post, but what people don't know is why I made that change. Yes, I made that change because I was overweight. Yes, I made that change because, I didn't like the way I looked and the way I felt. But ultimately, it was a decision for my health. I knew I wanted to be here for my son in the best way possible. I wanted to be the best version of myself. And the version I was of myself before was not going to lead me in a life of happiness. It wasn't going to make me feel released from my fears and from my anxiety and my depression. I wasn't doing anything for me. And if you're a parent, you know that feeling of, well, it's not about me anymore. Well, guess what, guys? It is about you. Because if you're not 100%, then your kids aren't going to be 100%. And so focusing on your health is huge, and what you're eating. Nutrition and exercise are proven. Even if you just go in and put, even Google it if you don't believe me. Nutrition and anxiety, nutrition and depression, exercise and anxiety, exercise and depression. Those components go together like you will not believe. When you focus on your health and your nutrition and exercise, and you implement that into your life, it releases these endorphins in your body that are the feeling is just amazing. I get it. I work out 30 minutes a day. That's it. And I have done it for, I've skipped a couple days, but I've always made sure to be active in some way, whether it's walking the dog, whether it's running to the mailbox and back, anything, because the sense of exercise and the sense of you're doing something for yourself and for your physical being, it changes the way you think. Because every time I go for a jog, I'm sitting there going, oh, my body loves me right now. My body loves me, and I'm happy, and I'm proud, and I'm excited. And it definitely makes it's a sense of relief. And, I was reading again this morning. I went through looking for some really good articles for you guys, as I was searching for ones that I had promised to look for a couple of you. And I came across one that really, it hit close to home, because it was basically this woman talking about, the same stuff that we've been talking about, and how she expressed that physical exercise has changed her life in so many aspects, because it goes in like a pattern. When you work out, you don't want to do it, and you're miserable, even thinking I have to work out, and I don't want to do it. And then you don't want to work out every day. I can tell you guys, I don't want to work out every day. I'm not one of those gym rats that love working out. I don't love it. I don't. I just don't even know. I like feeling the way I feel after, but I hate doing it. And this woman was that person, and she swore to herself that she was going to work out for 1 hour a day, every single day. And the way her life changed was unreal, because she finally focused on herself. And when she started to notice changes in her body, and when she started eating good whole foods, and her mindset was clear, her visions were clear, and she felt as though she had something that she could look forward to. So she started looking forward to her runs. She hated doing them, but she started looking forward to them because she was looking forward to that feeling of satisfaction when her run was completed. And I was like, yeah, that's me. You know, like when I sit there and I press play every day at home, I hate pressing that button because I know I'm about to get sweaty, but I'm looking forward to that when it's 30 minutes is over, that feeling I get of, I did it. That's why I post my workouts. That's why I post how I feel, because it gives me this sense of relief, you know, and my vision is clear and I'm proud of myself. And you guys know depression and anxiety, we're not proud of ourselves. If anything, we're focusing on all the negative stuff. So you have to find something that, you know, you can be proud of, and it's a good feeling. And not to mention, you're implementing these routines into your children, into your wife, into your husband, and into their lives, and showing them that somebody that struggles on a daily basis can do something that can make such great change in their lives. You know, something as simple, they basically have said that nutrition and exercise work almost as good as medication can work for somebody who's highly medicated for a disorder. Proven fact, because we're systematically changing our body in positive ways. We're telling our body that we love ourselves. We're telling our body that we're going to take care of our body. And guys, your body is your vessel. So if you're sitting there, you know, overeating or undereating or starving yourself or drinking yourself crazy because of your emotions, you're harming your body in so many ways. And then it just becomes habitual. Because if you get that sense, you know, like when you're drinking and you're intoxicated, you get that I don't give a shit feeling. And it's great. You know, it's a great feeling. It's like, yeah, you know, nothing in the world matters right now. I'm hammered. You know, it's awesome. But then you wake up. Do you ever wake up the next day and go, why the fuck did I do that to myself? Right? That's because you've poisoned your body, and now you're awakening from this, you know, this stimulant that you were in, and you've hurt yourself. You're in 10 times worse depression than you were in the night before, because, you know, now you have to take care of your body. You feel like shit. You feel like crap. And when your body feels like crap, your mood is crappy. And then you take it out on everybody. And then people are mad at you. And then you get into that pattern of now you're anxious and you're upset because you've hurt other people and they're mad at you and you feel like you're ready to blow. But what if you took those, you know, instead of drinking, you were feeding yourself with good nutritious food that make your body feel good. And when your body feels good, then you start to feel good, and then you're happier, then your family's happier. You're taking care of yourselves. I get medication can help you, and it will help you. And I have nothing against medication. I have some in my cupboard. I'm actually ADD, so I actually have a narcotic drug that I'm supposed to take every day. I'm supposed to be taking Concerta every single day because I need to remain focused. You know, I have that, you know, attention deficit disorder, and it really is hard for me when working on my business. So I thought that, you know, popping some Concerta to get me focused was going to help. When in fact, if I find myself getting edgy and, you know, I'm like going from one thing to the next and I can't keep on top of my schedule, guys, I go sweat it out. I get rid of all that yucky feeling. I'll eat some great healthy food that makes my body feel good, and then I'll go after it again. So I could go on and on. I'm going to post some stuff about health and nutrition and exercise. I know you're thinking, oh, well, she's a health and fitness coach. Guys, this is why I became a health and fitness coach. This is why I've done it. Not because I wanted to I thought that I was going to make all this money and, you know, build a business that has completely changed my life. That was a result of me making changes in myself. So for some of you, I talked to a couple of you about some goals that you have, the dreams that you have, all completely attainable. But you have to get yourself focused in the right direction first. You know, you have to focus on taking care of yourself and getting yourself to a place where you can recognize when life is, you know, going off in a direction that you don't want it to, or when, you know, you're sitting there and you're not focused and you're depressed, and you've got to find these things that work for you to get yourself out of it. So yes, I am a firm believer in, living a healthy lifestyle. Guys, that doesn't mean that you like cut out the rest of your life. I love my wine. I drink my coffee. I love chips. Like all of that stuff. But I have focused on something that has made a change in me. And I'm going to post a bunch of stuff about the effects that healthy eating and healthy habits can do to absolutely change and alter your struggles. Because ultimately, when you take care of yourself, you learn to love and appreciate your vessel. And when you can learn to do that, everything else seems a little bit easier because it gives you something to focus on. Me, I need something every day to focus on. So I would focus before on, oh my God, okay, I got to pay the bills. So I got to go to a job that I hate. I got to do this. I got to do this. And I'll be happy when my bills are paid at the end of the month. Well, the reality is next month comes quickly. And then I'm back going, okay, I got to do this again. I got to do this again. I got to do this again. And it's like over and over and over again. And you can't live like that. You can't live sitting there focusing on the negative stuff in your life, and paying bills is negative. It sucks. We hate it, but it's a reality. So learn to embrace the reality. The reality is if I want my lights on, if I want my AC to run, then I gotta pay that damn hydro bill. Shitty? Yeah, it is. But is that gonna hold me back from doing something that makes me happy? No. So every time my mind starts to focus in other directions and pulling me into a negative state, I have learned to, and my biggest piece of advice, and it is hard and it's taken me a while to get there, is focus on one thing. And I have learned to focus on myself. And to dig even deeper into that, I've decided to focus on my health. My nutritional, like the nutrients I take in every day. It's like a goal, right? Physically transforming my body to a better place makes me happy. Then in return makes everybody else happy because I'm not this crazy person. So finding your something to focus on. And I know you guys, some of you moms want to say, well, I'll focus on my kids. No. This comes back to focusing on you. You need to take care of yourself before you are capable of taking care of other people 100%. I can tell you I am 100 times better parent now than I was a year ago. And I can tell you that with confidence because he's told me that, my son's told me that, and people all around me have always, told me I was a great parent. And when they told me that, I was like, thanks. But then I'd walk away and be like, yeah, they only knew. And I had to get control of that. I wanted to be 100% present in my child's life. I wanted to be 100% present in my own life. I don't want to live to 45. I want to live to 95. And in order for me to do that, I need to take care of the one person that really, truly matters. And I know that sounds selfish, but the one person that really, truly matters is yourself. And the reason why I say that is because you can't be good to other people unless you're good to yourself. So that's all I have for right now. I really want to focus today on nutrition and exercise, meditation, and personal development. So let me know your thoughts. I know it's going to take a long time to upload. It's like 11:30 right now. And so you guys know that if this doesn't upload till like 3, I swear it's coming. It's my computer, it's slow, and I can't go live on my phone living way out in the country. So that's what I have to say. I want to say a big hooray to 2 of you here in this group who messaged me last night, who really started digging through my page and, in some of my posts, and were inspired enough that they realized that they needed to make a big change in their life with their health and fitness. And they both have agreed to start working on themselves. So I'm really excited for you two. You know who you are. And I'm excited for you guys. And I'm excited for all of you guys. And so looking for some feedback, and we'll chat again soon.